But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shador.
Right, it's about to get worse.
Dion already doing that. We all saw what we saw. You know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's
like when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me. No, don't touch me. Was it worth the $30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment.
In the moment.
He was up.
You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But I'm gonna keep it high level. This is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. this whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is,
I am undefeated. Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to light up.
He's getting up.
And show, yeah, we doing this for real.
He's funny.
I want to go rebound.
Shoot. This one?
Cut that up. I got a match. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do. I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear it from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
You think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail. Okay, you know what, big dog? Yes. I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now. Let's get it.
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. Blah, blah, blah. Ah, snap. Oh, man, I got to hit y'all with that beat street. It's working. It's working. Ah, let me turn this light on. Party people, if you're ready to rock, let me hear you scream. Who remembers that? Oh, I know I do. If you really came here to party, then let everybody say, we came to party. How y'all doing, man? Y'all back? Man, spring break wrecked me, dog. I can't even lie to y'all. Spring break was a mother sucker. Yep, I'm still not in the flow of things, but I'm here. That's all that matters. I am here now. That's old news. I had a great time with the kids. Now they go back to school today. And we just got to notice that they get out of school June 10th, and then they go back to school September 10th. That means they got 3 whole months. They ain't got no school. God dang. I always tell people the more you pay to go to school, the less they go. It's just the way it goes. Man, we should go to 54th Street where I went, damn it. It was free, but they was in school.
Woo, love y'all, man, for rocking with your boy. Let me see what y'all doing up in these comments before we get into these stories. We obviously know that Luka Doncic, how you say it? Doncic is out now. But wait, it gets worse, and we're going to talk through that. More injuries on the Lakers. Lamar Jackson is all in. He showed up to voluntary workouts, and people saying that ain't all good. I'm like, God dang. Can't win for losing, as they say. Another saying that no one knows what it really means. You can't win for losing. Matt Barnes versus Stephen A. Smith. We're going to break that thing all the way down to the very last compound, their beef over the black community. Everybody want their black card once again. Boy, I tell you, ain't nothing killing the black community, whatever the hell that is, more than the black community and everybody trying to up their status with the black card. Anyway, John Jones, road rage, caught on video? Shut it. And where's Pat McAfee going? Uh-oh. ESPN better watch your back. We're going to talk through all that. But first, let me see what y'all doing up in here in these comments before I give y'all some love. I'll appreciate y'all. Top fans, we already got y'all going. Freaky Boy Dre, I see you. Garrett Porter in the building. N8 Doggy, R Outlier, and Francisco Aguilera. Can't lie. Only one of them names I recognize. That means new fan alert. New fans alert. Let's get into this right here. Blah, blah, blah. Man, what is going on? We got to read today. Okay, today we shall read. All right. Let's read about Luka Doncic traveling to Europe to treat his grade 2 hamstring strain. It could be worse. That's basically what a grade 2 means. It could be better as well. Germany and Switzerland. Like, all this flying ain't good for your hamstring. All this inflammation, all this flying in altitude ain't good for the inflammation. Okay. Germany and Switzerland traditionally lead the world in cutting-edge medical treatments, especially stem cells. Yeah, basically they can do things that are deemed unethical or illegal in California, United States, etc. You remember when Kobe went over there and then Kobe knee all of a sudden magically reappeared. You remember that? That's why. You can also go to Tijuana if you want some of this. You could go to Panama if you want some. I digress. He's likely getting a combination of MSCs, placental tissue, exosomes, as well as other treatments not legal here in the United States. Oh, I stole your thunder. Remind me of what Kobe did many years ago. Damn, did I read this before? They will be injected under ultrasound guidance directly into each area of weakness in his hamstring. Let me just say this, because I've been through this. Not this exactly, but when, let's accelerate the healing. Okay. You know how your body works. Your body's like, we can do whatever you want to do. It's just going to be a cost. It's going to be a price. So injections. Oh, I'm going to get through this game. Okay, yes, you will. You'll get through this game. You might not get through that last year like you expected. Matter of fact, you might not have that last year as you thought. That's just how the game goes. Your body will compensate. Your body is the ultimate compensator. You want to play games? Okay, I can play with you. You just ain't going to like how it turns out. All right, so that's what I do in my clinic. Okay, talk to us. Additionally, he's probably using various modalities to speed up the healing. I didn't even read this article, and I know what they talking about. Possibly phosphorescence or TPE. Okay. Wouldn't be surprised if they use peptides on them over there, too. Man, they sell that at Costco. He ain't going over there for no Costco. As there is a specific type called nanopeptides. Oh, from Switzerland that I know the manufacturer of. Man, stop flexing. Of course, these are banned here in the United States. Huh? But if he gets them there and is able to get them clear from his system before he returns, no issues. Hence the TPE. See, that's why I love this show. What other show you going to watch right now? They're going to tell you about the TPE of the nanopeptides that Luka's going to get. When I alluded to throwing the kitchen sink at him the other day, that is essentially what I meant. I did a deep dive on the different types of stem cells earlier today. If you're interested, nope. There's a very good chance that Luka will be back and ready to play in 3 to 4 weeks. Maybe. Modern medicine is amazing. Yes, but the body's even more amazing. I'll attach my original thoughts regarding Luka's injury in the next tweet. As I sit here right now, y'all know I'm 3, almost 4 months removed from my hip surgery. Went amazing. I feel great. My hips feel great. However, I was playing kickball on Easter with the family and tweaked my knee. Now, I can accelerate it because I got pickleball today. Should I accelerate it? Can I play? Yeah, I can. Should I play? No, I shouldn't. Luka, I understand. The playoffs is coming. And you know, you can't go down sitting on your butt. You got to stand up, right? Can't take a knee in this one. At the same time, who's coming back? Is that guy coming back? Or a guy with a taped up hamstring full of stem cells trying to make sure he gets back on the court and shows you some version of himself, not the full version of himself. And obviously, even the full version of himself may not be good enough for these Los Angeles Lakers to advance. We'll talk through that. After consultation with Lakers doctors and his own medical team, Luka will seek specialized medical treatment in Europe on his grade 2 left hamstring, what we just read, in an attempt to expedite his return to play. That's what his agent Bill Duffy of WME Basketball tells me and MC10. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Beat up in the comments. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? This is the tough part about being an athlete. And there's not that many tough parts. Let's just be real. Because I know the real world, it's crazy. 0 to 21, I call it real world. Because even though it's probably fake world, because I was being raised by my parents and they were taking care of me on food stamps, welfare. Then I went to college and had the little stipend and all that. So whatever, fake world. Then you get 21, I get my career. And that's fantasy world, right? You're in the league. But people think in a fantasy, every day is a dream. There are nightmares in that fantasy too. Let's just say that. It's still fantasy land, but it's full of dreams and nightmares. Meek Mill got it right. And in there, you got to understand that there are days, there are moments, there are times where you're like, yo, this is realer than the real world. Imagine this, and this happened to me. I know it's happening to Luka. You are ready to do something. You are ready to show the world how great you are in the sport that you're great at. And it's time for everybody to say, damn, Luka, you about to take the Lakers where? And then, pop, that hamstring go. For me, it was my foot. Pop, broke my foot before the first week after I signed my deal with San Diego. I'm like, ooh, all these eyes on me. The point is that's consistent is all eyes on you when they need you most. Don't forget, you're the player that when coach says, hey, y'all, bring it in. All right, today we need to go out there and ball out because we need all of you guys, every man in, okay? Everybody pulling in the same direction because that's how we gonna win. You know, every time I said we, I was looking at one person. You ever been on a team and that happened to you? You're the man. You ever been on a team that didn't happen to you? You're in the conversation. Sometimes you're not even in the conversation. You're just there to make sure you're a practice dummy. It's crazy. So Luka is sitting there like, he's saying it's about me. It ain't about LeBron taking us to the finals this year, trying to win it all. It ain't about Austin Reeves taking us to the finals this year, trying to win it all. And frankly, it certainly can't be Austin Reeves. It's about you, Luka. And people are questioning now. I don't know how this happens, but I do know how it happens. It's dangerous. But Stephen A. Smith found a way to look at this injury a little different. Let's see. Let's hear.
And it was almost so that it's a good thing that Luka actually got hurt and had to get taken out in the third quarter because when we saw him holding his hamstring in the first half, a lot of us were like, wait a minute now, that wasn't happening when you were dropping 30 plus the last 12, 13, 15 games, but suddenly now your damn hamstring is hurt. We were looking at it with a raised eyebrow because an ass kicking will do that to you. It will make you humble. It will make you run for cover. It will make you want to run to the locker room. It will make you pretend you got to use the bathroom.
This is why Stephen A. Smith at the top of the mountain, man. He hitting that pulpit. He hitting that preacher. You know when that organ goes, and then the preacher just be going? Sometimes don't even got to make sense. It's just he got you in rhythm. You rocking with him. You're like, The devil is a lie. Right now, he telling us something. It's kind of a lie. Like Luka really is hurt, and we know he's hurt because Luka usually breaks down because Luka doesn't necessarily take care of his body to the fullest, even though Luka tried this year because Luka got around LeBron, but at the same time, your body keeps the score, and you can't lie about the score. Continue, preacher.
It will make you pretend that something might be a family emergency or anything just to get away from those confines. That's the kind of ass whipping we saw last night.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, look, take it lighthearted, tongue-in-cheek, little levity there, but at the same time, oh, ain't it convenient for you, Luka, to now have this hamstring? Well, it's deeper than that. But in the moment, Stephen A. was thinking that people were like, well, yo, what's really going on with this team? How you going to get hurt right now? Well, let's just say it gets worse. It gets worse than that. Because we now know it ain't just Luka. Austin Reeves now has an oblique strain as well.
He down 4 to 6 weeks. Oblique strain ain't nothing to play with. And now the conversation has to shift. We're going to talk through this. The conversation has to shift to no Luka, no Austin Reeves. LeBron, where you at? LeBron wasn't there to start the year, and they were amazing. Then LeBron comes in, they sputter, but then they find their way later than sooner. And now they're on a roll, and then pop, pop. Knock down number 1 and number 2. And then it's back on you, Mr. LeBron James, the king. Shall you do it at 41? Now, let's just see how they setting this up. If LeBron could just find a way to magically make this team do anything in the playoffs, that helps the legacy. But what's the reality of that happening? And even if that does happen, how far is he going to take them? But at least somewhere in the universe, boy, they know how to set up a fight. They know how to make matchups work. They know how to reconfigure, reshuffle the deck so that our imagination say, yo, are we watching the Lakers without Luka and Austin Reeves and LeBron is the dude? Like, you can't write a better script for LeBron to say, peace out, LA, this is how I'm going to do it. Since y'all don't want me, since I'm the third fiddle, okay. Oh, you need me now? Let me show you what I got. It's set up like that, but not everybody thinking it's going to work out.
They had a great season, man. It's
tough.
Terrible timing for the playoffs.
If I'm LeBron, I truly, after this, no, seriously, after having a great season like this for this team and for it to go down to injuries, knowing that they're not going to win the championship, I would really consider retirement. This is demoralizing.
It is.
It really is.
Well, demoralizing is different than death, because when you retire, that's the death of your athletic career. Like, think about it. I was just watching LeBron James on that Foul Play show, Anthony Davis show. They had a good one with Draymond Green. They punked him, which means they played him on that show. Anyway, LeBron James in tremendous shape for his age. LeBron James, we know he got everything set up, boxes all checked, except maybe exclusively being the GOAT. But if you're LeBron James, why would you stop? I just don't get it. You're going to stop because of your legacy, which is really just what other people think of you. Because your legacy is yours. That means I could still keep playing. My legacy is mine. That if I'm LeBron, it means I can do what the hell I want to do. I can go back to Cleveland. I can go other places. But why is it my legacy is what you going to feel about me? To the point where I'm going to now change my actions so I can change how you feel about me. There's nowhere in this world, if I'm LeBron James, do I ever walk around and I ever think that I'm not a top 5 basketball player ever, okay? There's not a hater in this world that got an argument that's convincing enough if I'm LeBron James that I'm like, I'm not top 5, okay? We all agree on that, right? Okay, let's get a little tighter than that. That's too easy. Saying LeBron's top 5, he ain't 5. Okay, wherever you take that, 4, 3, 2, 1, if I believe it, and based on what I could put on paper and show you, even if I'm lying to myself, it's the truth. I'm LeBron James. I ain't quitting nothing unless I want to quit it. That's what it is. Because people, like, it's too easy and convenient. People say, man, move on. Move on to what? What's better than traveling, playing the game I love, getting paid handsomely, getting all this earned and unearned media? Every day I'm trending. Oh, now I'm supposed to just go into the boardroom and wear the suit and just talk through it? Oh, yeah, that day's coming. I ain't got to rush it. Just like I couldn't rush coming to the league, I had to wait. I had to graduate high school. A beast. Now, you want me to hurry up and go into retirement. Hurry up and do Paul Pierce. You know, be there chilling with the Inglewood, the background. All that is behind him. Literally and figuratively. All that's behind him. You want me to put all this behind me? Why? It's still right here. Man, like they say in the locker room, ball till you fall, dog. Ball till you fall. Everybody always want to write your legacy and stuff. Look, I've seen people fall off. Whatever you want to call Michael Jordan at the end, you're not the same. They'll rewrite it. They'll write it the way they want to. They'll forget those years if they want to. Kobe, the knee, the Germany, then coming back, and then the injuries and the Achilles and the shoulder, then the knee, and then the free throws, and then the 60 shots and the 60 point. Like, they'll write whatever. When people like you, this is about relationships too. When people like you, They will overlook things. And then there's a certain thing in us. It's a gauge in us when we're like, I don't like them that much no more. Then you start wandering. More importantly than wandering, you start looking for the bad things. Same things are happening. Selective perception is, I'm skewing negative. I'm pessimistic about this situation. I'm not a believer. So now I'm going to draw out all the things that make me believe the negative. When I'm a believer, when I'm an optimist, when I think this is all good, when it's Jordan and Kobe, we'll see what they do with LeBron, I'll find all the positives in the rough. Even if I can't find that many, I'll highlight them. That's what's going on. Get them, PP.
Like when you come in, like it's the end of the season, you gearing up for a playoff run.
77 games into the season.
And then you go down your other two best players. It's like, it's mentally draining.
Yeah.
Like if I'm in that locker room, I'm like, I'm looking around like.
I got to do this myself.
At 41, I'm like, it's so draining on me mentally for him that I would really seriously contemplate retirement.
We're not weighing these in the same value. These are not the same currencies. Mentally draining is easy to overcome versus unretiring. Because if you retire, you got, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden you mentally filled up again. You're not mentally drained. You're now mentally, you back to the max. I'm fueled up. How's that retirement look? Like one is fleeing, one is going back and forth. One is like, oh man, I'm kind of low. I got to go. Hey, I got to stop at the gas station. I'm mentally drained. You know what I'm saying? Refuel. The other one is deadline. Pull the plug. Gone. Nah, not if I'm mentally drained. That ain't the reason I'm retiring. I understand it's an attribute. I understand it's a part of the conversation, but it ain't gonna lead.
This might kickstart, you think, for next year? Like the world?
No.
He's got to do a farewell tour.
Come back and go through this another year with the Lakers.
Maybe not there,
that's
but
just mentally draining.
Yeah.
It's mentally draining on him. It's his mind and his body now. Now he's going to be, his last few games, he's going to be playing all these minutes. Then he's going to be playing heavy minutes in the playoffs. It's just.
But PP, that's what he wanted. You think he asked to be third fiddle? He said, look, take care of me. I'm going to take care of you. He wanted to go out there and get them buckets, get them minutes. Who doesn't want to be the alpha? Who doesn't want to have the Rolls Royce and drive it, even though I got a driver? Come on. He wanted to do it. No one I've ever met in my life ever went on a team and said they didn't want to be the best player. So when you realize you're not the best player, it ain't because you didn't try. That's why that whole Golden State, Steph Curry and Kevin Durant argument is real simple for me to see. I've never been on a team where somebody's like, hey, you got this. LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Miami Heat, it's easy to see. The alpha is the alpha. Simple as that. Just like in the jungle. It ain't hard to tell. Oh, them. Him. Right? So LeBron got put in this position. Now the universe has conspired where he can get out of this position. Don't you want this, LeBron? Kind of somewhere back there? Who's been a backup on the team before? Come on. How many times you looked at the starter and be like, I ain't rooting against him, but if he wasn't balling if he had one of his worst games, if he got hurt, not injured, but just hurt. If he just happened to be on the sidelines for a few more plays and I got my reps, I know I did it. I rooted against Bruce Smith. You're damn right I did. I told him too. I was like, boy, every time you got hurt, I was like, yes. And every time you recover miraculously like Paul Pierce, I was like, damn it. How you get healthy on third down every time? You know what I'm saying? Had to go get those sacks.
You know what? I've done enough of this league, guys. I've done enough.
It's only but so much heartbreak one man can take.
Yeah, seriously.
Blah, blah, blah. Look, I ain't retiring for nobody. I ain't retiring for no fleeing reasons. The reason I retire is going to be real gangster, real big. Like, I'm done. Not mentally drained. That means I ain't got it no more. I don't want to go through none of this. And maybe that's his way of saying mentally drained. I don't want to go through the process. I don't want to recover because LeBron is process-oriented. But for me, you can't get it back. Where you going? Okay? Now, I sound like a hypocrite, can't lie to you, because at the age of 32, I'd said, I'm done. My knee was sore. I knew I wasn't going to be better the next year. Football was behind me in terms of how good I was going to be. I'm not LeBron, so it's like, you ain't either, so don't start laughing now. Nobody is, except Michael Jordan maybe and Kareem, right? Kobe, whatever y'all want to say. Point being, for my own personal experience, there was a time where I was like, enough. But what we're hearing for LeBron is like, man, this is going to mess with how we think about you. And you don't want to go through that. But we ain't heard LeBron say any of this. This sucker is in insane shape. This ain't Luka fighting off no Miller Lights and Michelob Ultras and all that. This ain't the same dude. This ain't the dude that's fighting off all that bad eating and bad habits and now all of a sudden trying to go all good and relapse. Once again, another injury. The body keeps the score. This ain't the same. So, if I'm LeBron, keep tilting, bro. You ain't that far off from where you want to be. Y'all heard me? Real spit. All right, let me beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. As I see the top 5 out there, R. Outler, Randy Marsh, Francisco Aguilera, number 3, Adrian Robles, number 2, and Fry Bryce taking the crown. What's crack-a-lack-a-maggin' from the jacket to the back end? Brandon says MJ got hurt, but he wasn't bad at all when he got his legs back before his last knee injury. Brandon, I'm glad you commented. I just want you to hear what you just said, okay? This is the beauty of this show. We watch film of people, right? Like of athletes. We watch what they do. We also watch what they say. We watch what we're seeing, what their actions are. This is the beauty of this. Because, you know, in sports, you got to watch film to really know what happened. You in the moment, you thought I ain't touch him, coach. I ain't touch him. Hey, replay. And then you watch film, you're like, damn, I hacked the hell out of this fool, right? So you got to watch film. Nobody was watching film of sports and sports media. I was like, why not? These suckers be out here lying. Oh, Luka got hurt conveniently. I think he got hurt on purpose. I don't know. I'm just saying it was a good time to get hurt. Dude flying all over Europe to try and get healed. He ain't hurt for no convenience. So that's the film session. The beauty of this show is we going to listen to you. We going to hear what you said. And I want you to hear what you just wrote. Boy, this is hilarious. You said Michael Jordan MJ got hurt. He got hurt. Okay. All right. So that's bad. That's not good, okay? If you get hurt, you got hurt. That's not good. But he wasn't bad at all when he got his legs back. So he got hurt, came back, but wasn't all that bad, but wasn't all that good until he got his legs back. Then he's good. Before his last knee injury. Hurt, came back, and all right. Oh, damn, it hurt again. What are you talking about, dog? You making my point. That's my point. If all that's happening to LeBron, tap out. But that ain't happening to LeBron, so he shouldn't. And speaking of tapping out, I'm glad that now Lamar Jackson has tapped in. Y'all saw this. Lamar Jackson showed up to day 1 of the all-season program. New coach in the building. What, Jesse Minter? We know, hey, it was supposed to be Max Crosby there. He ain't there. New energy, new blood, new all this. And a new attendee at our day 1 voluntary minicamp is Lamar Jackson. How can we turn that into a bad thing? Well, there are always two sides to every coin.
Yeah, I don't like it. I really don't like it.
You don't like him? You don't like him being there?
I just think okay. What was wrong with the last X amount of years? Why suddenly are we now at OTAs? Were they not important last year? Were they not important the year before?
Oh, coach, this is...
Yo, this is why I love Mangini. He way higher on my analyst rankings than I think y'all's. This dude be saying it. First of all, y'all got to know his history. He was there with Tom Brady day 1. He got stories about Tom Brady day 1 that'll crack you up. One of them was, he was like, they used to bet in practice that Tom Brady would miss, how many people he would miss. Like he was working on his accuracy, right? So they were like, all right, I got $1, he gonna miss it. The GOAT. Just letting you know how it starts is not how it has to end. That's how he was like with the GOAT. So point being, I'm with him. There's something in me yelling, yo, why now? What happened? What was that before? First of all, it makes me say, what was that before? And then after I say, oh, well, that's what that was, then I'm like, all right, it's okay if you finally want to study, but that means you weren't studying? Or that means you didn't study enough? So, because what's this? And if you say, oh, this is just, it fits, it works, it's convenient. Okay. But there is something mysterious about this. It actually opens up Pandora's box and makes you look backwards more than forward. Let's talk.
Really?
Well, what do you want to do?
Did you not like John Harbaugh? Like, what was the reason you had? Why is this suddenly important now when it hasn't been important any other year?
But it would be more important if there's a new coach.
Right.
I think you can.
Or if you were trying to win the Super Bowl. Might be important then, too.
So hold on.
Maybe not.
So, wait.
No, we're not going to wait. Like, be real. People, you can allow people to become the distraction. You can allow people to be the adversity. Like, it takes your belief. It takes what you feel, what you think to make that real, right? Because if you're just sitting there saying, I just want to win a Super Bowl and I'm going to do every single thing by the book to make that happen, John Harbaugh's relationship don't even matter. I'm there. But if you're like losing sight of that, or you giving some of that energy that you wanted for the Super Bowl to, man, I don't really rock with him. Or they wasted my time out there. See how it goes? You can have the full capacity of your energy and focus right there. I am going to voluntary OTAs because this is my goal. And then you can say, well, I can achieve that goal different ways. And then other things can get in the way of you looking at that same goal. That's what Mangini's saying, and got to be real. Sound real to me.
Maybe if you were the MVP, maybe your team was coming off a bad season, maybe like this is. I understand the transition, and as a new head coach, I would want my quarterback to be there. Right. But as an old head coach, or a head coach trying to win a Super Bowl, or a team trying to win a Super Bowl, or if I was one of the highest paid players in the league, I think all those things are important. Why now?
Maybe coach's mom or someone sat him down and said just that. Lamar, you need to start going. Patrick Mahomes goes, he's got a few Super Bowls.
Yeah.
You know?
A lot.
Matt Stafford went, he got a Super Bowl.
Okay. Strong arguments. I think what it is Lamar Jackson at first said, I got this. And let's be real. Outside of the Super Bowl success, which I think we judge a lot of the quarterback position on, but not everything, right? You can win a Super Bowl and then they can still take it away from you, like Trent Dilfer and other guys, right? We're like, I don't know about Brad Johnson. So it's not just Super Bowl or bust. It's not. Because then we would love every quarterback the same, but all Super Bowls aren't created equal. And then also all regular seasons aren't created equal. All postseason runs aren't created equal, right? Right now, everyone's loving Caleb Williams now. Did he win it all? Oh, I forgot. No. But we loving him. People are down on Lamar Jackson right now. Down on him. Has he won it all? No. Is he an MVP? Yes. Multiple times? Yes. What? Is Caleb Williams a multiple MVP? No. Is he an MVP? No. Huh? See, so a lot of times the arrow, it's just reading. I always say there are two scoreboards. The one we see, the score, and also the one of momentum, of energy, right? You could be down 13 in the game, but it looked like you about to beat them, and they up 13. But you can tell they on their heels. And it's just like that. I think Lamar Jackson and his team was like, yo, can't lie right now, Lamar. Last year was weird. We started off the season great. Remember that? Buffalo, wasn't it? Buffalo and the fumble, but Lamar looked good and Derrick Henry had some fumbling issues, all that. And then it was just like, Lamar, then he get into the pushing incident. Then it's like, okay, the reports come out, you sleeping in the meetings, you making them schedule stuff later so you can play Madden or some stuff. And then, oh, you're not there. And it's just like the arrow. Say what you want. We ain't talking about the success, because you got greater success than people whose arrows are pointing up. You have greater success than people that they like. They're liking some people right now. The arrow for Dak Prescott is even pointing up, despite Dak Prescott still ain't sniffed that Super Bowl. You're like, but he balled last year. He was all right, man. His arrow, Lamar Jackson's, not pointing straight up. And I think somebody told him that. And I think more than that, he probably told himself, like, because the athlete is the first one to recognize it, but the last one to admit it. We're the first one looking in the mirror like, oh, I ain't got it, dog. But I'm the last one to say that. I'm the last one to admit that. That's that ego. That's what got us up there. That's going to keep us up there until something brings us down. So I think that's what happened with Lamar. Somebody got to him, himself or others, and said, dog, we need a reset. We need a cleanse. We need to go back to these OTAs.
Whoever's hanging out in the immortal chamber. Yeah. Fair.
I mean, like, you know, maybe somebody got through to it.
So I think,
I hear what you're saying.
I think, Coach, I feel like you are being retroactively defending Harbaugh almost. Like that your frustration with him being there now is less about him being there now and more the fact that he wasn't there consistently previously, which I think is legit.
Well, that's a good point to hammer it home. It's like you got to call the foul when it's a foul. Right now, you're trying to really call this foul for those fouls that you didn't call. Makeup call, right? Like, we can't live our life based on better decisions later and then say, oh, why'd you make the bad one before then? Well, isn't that maturation? Isn't that the evolution? Isn't that the maturity that we're all seeking? I made mistakes yesterday that I'm like, damn, I hope I clean it up today. Hope I make better. Is there a day you go through where you don't make a mistake? Like something, right? So the point is, he's doing the right thing now, whatever the right thing is, because we've seen guys win Super Bowls without going. So let's not get there. Let's not be absolute. You ain't got to go to win it all. But there's a good trend. You play the percentages. Chances are you have a better chance. Chances are you have a better chance. You have a better chance if you go. I guess so.
My question, though, is the one that I, somewhat jokingly said to Brew, which is, I think this is very positive that he's there. I think it would have been hugely problematic if he no-showed it.
Now let's end there. Blah, blah, blah. Imagine if he didn't show up. Ooh, that arrow that was doing this already. And the arrow is just like how they going to write about you. Go back about 10 minutes in this video, in this live stream, when we were talking about pessimism and optimism. Talk about the relationship where you like her and you overlook things looking for good. And then when you don't like her, you overlook things looking for bad. Right? When you like it, you overlook bad for good. When you don't like it, you overlook good for bad. I almost messed that up. That snake is hissing. Where you at? Depends on what they want. Isn't it crazy? Oh, so I think right now there's a rooting interest for Lamar Jackson to show up or shut up, or else you're going to get these lashings. And I mean lashings like we going to whoop your ass in the media and talk trash, crazy, stuff's coming out. We ain't protecting you anymore, blah, blah, blah. Because what you doing? What you doing? So weird. It's almost like a Tiger Woods situation. Like, how Tiger, I don't know what Tiger was tigering, but I do know until that divorce or whatever argument with his wife, nothing. It's almost like one thing caused the avalanche. Since then, and what really connects to it is not so much the incidents, because I'm sure he was doing stuff before. And I'm not talking about the infidelity. I'm just talking about like even driving crazy or like whatever. Nothing. He'd just wake up one day and just say, woke up quick at about noon. Like, no, I don't think so. I got a real bad habit of falling asleep when I drive. I told y'all this, it's in my book. I don't know what it is. I just get into a car and I'm driving. My wife hates me. She probably divorces me over it. I'm like this. Now, my car drives itself. It's helpful. But it didn't always. I had a 1975 Monte Carlo. I used to be riding out on Crenshaw. Just like that. Red light. Honk, honk. I'm like, what the funk? I don't lie to y'all. I ain't never hit nobody, hit nothing, but still. Here's the thing. It didn't just happen overnight. But then what happens is when stuff start coming out, you start noticing, ain't this weird too? He ain't winning the same. Like, when is somebody ever, stuff start coming out and they are winning. Like, they building up the winning. The winning is still going up. It's always, even if they winning, it's going down. Yeah, he won that tournament here, but he missed the cut over there, and then now he's He's only 4 behind. Now all of a sudden I hear all this craziness, right? Just weird like that. Look, I know I've gotten off on stuff before. Trust me, police done pull me over and be like, And then they also have pulled me over and be like, Marcellus, yeah, how you spell your name? How you gonna tell you gonna say my name? You're like, how you spell it? I gotta give you this citation. It happens that way. So beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. We're not done with the quarterbacks and the controversies and the issues with them because Jalen Hurts finds himself in a similar situation. Is the arrow pointing up for Jalen Hurts or is it pointing down for Jalen Hurts right now? Beat it up in the comments. I know y'all ain't dumb. I know y'all know where it is.
So Hurts is coming off the worst year of his last 4. That's not really debatable. If you were pro Hurts, you would say he's now entering a 5th straight season with a 5th different offensive coordinator. Now, if you're anti-Hurts, you could say, hey, 5 different OCs. It's kind of like the Jay Cutler thing. You're like, well, look how many different systems he's had to learn. It's like, well, why are they changing the coordinator all the time? Because they're trying to figure something out. If you don't like Hurts, you go, it is the most expensive offense in the NFL.
Let's stop right there. So, you riding for him, right? You're optimist. You're looking at Jalen Hurts, and you're like, damn, dog. He out there doing his thing despite always having a different teacher, different offensive coordinator, the real coach for you. Because your head coach ain't your real coach. Your real coach is your coordinator. Your real coach is your position coach. That's the one you're going to connect with all the time. You see the head coach, he almost like a manager. He's just around there overseeing things. But the one you connect with, the one that's seeing you fall asleep in the meetings, the one that's seeing you bitch and complain and moan about stuff, one seeing you frustrated, one seeing you excited all the time, that's your coordinator. That's your position coach. So they keep swapping them out. Something ain't connecting, you know? The antenna ain't reaching the satellite like it's supposed to.
When he's winning, he is stoic. He's focused. He's unemotional. He's the epitome of professionalism. But when it's not working, the way it didn't work this year, again, it's like, oh, he's disconnected. He's arrogant. You know, he's feeling himself. After he won the Super Bowl, everything we may not have liked about his closed-off personality is amplified now because he's really feeling himself. I have no idea.
Ooh, yeah, you do. You just laid it out. You just put it down, Ryan. No idea. You got an idea. Isn't that crazy? The idea is this. We looking at the same thing differently based on what we feel. It's a feelings conversation being expressed logically, at least it seems logically, because you got evidence to support it. Oh, this makes sense. Well, it makes sense because of all the things you could have grabbed, you grabbed the things that make it sound like how you feel about them. Selective perception. Guilty as charged. I like Jalen Hurts. I'm going to find all those stuff. And I don't like him. I'm going to find all that. And that's the thing about human beings. Since we're imperfect, none of us perfect, you're going to always find something. Ain't it crazy we live in a world where sometimes that's known, sometimes that's not. Sometimes that's forgotten, sometimes that's reminded. That's what Jalen Hurts is right now. What side you on?
Not around him, never met him. And I do think a lot of times the results can completely change the perception of an athlete when the athlete's like, I'm literally the exact same guy. There's some pretty damning evidence now that it feels like the league has figured Hurts out. That's the problem that Philly's facing, because you're talking about somebody in a really tough city in Philadelphia who's provided them sustained success here in a way that, you know, is kind of historic. And that's always the problem with Hurts, is that you sit there and you watch them and they may win a game and they're probably going to have a great record. And yet if you do this job, you're like, yeah, but I don't want to say he's awesome when I don't think that he is. And now all of this is coming to a head as they get ready for 26.
Blah, blah, blah. Yo. That's a tough spot to be in. Very tough spot to be in if you're Jalen Hurts. Like, how do I satisfy all these people? Like, are you not yet entertained? I took you to a Super Bowl. Outplayed the other quarterback who is the greatest of all time. He's the mini GOAT, Patrick Mahomes. Then I went back and beat him this time and still outplayed him, really smoked him. Not good enough, huh? Oh, okay. But y'all over there loving Lamar Jackson for all them years when he wasn't getting close to this. Oh, okay. But now he's still not close to us. Now you hating him. Oh, okay. But then you loving Caleb Williams because he got close to this, but he ain't get this. Oh, okay. But he's awesome. Those guys are awesome. You? He's like, how you know I'm not awesome? Maybe your eyes are lying to you. Maybe you don't know what awesome looks like. Because last time I checked, I thought the most awesome quarterback ever was Tom Brady. And how awesome did he look doing it? Ooh. Remember y'all thought that Peyton Manning was the one going to end up with 7 rings if anybody was. Gun to head, Brady or Manning? Brady or Manning? I think it's Manning. Why? Because he's better. He's awesome. Brady's just surrounded by awesomeness. Whatever. It's crazy. I love it. I love the psychology of it all. It's insane how it goes down. So now, you know, everybody's talking through it. Everybody's talking about it. What they gonna do in Philly? Oh, don't act so silly. All right. Well, y'all beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking, and we're going to get into this draft a little bit because this – did you know – first of all, y'all got to like this video. I haven't said that one time yet. Tell you I'm out of rhythm. Spring break, whoop my ass. Like this video right now. Every single person here. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and become a member. Yes, become a member. We have lots of members. People be buying those memberships, so one of y'all trick it off right now. One of y'all got that big dough. Let's get some of that. Let's buy a membership for some fans. But top fans right now, number 5 is Newman. I see you, big dog. H.H. Hernando David. What? Francisco Aguilera. Adrian Robles. And Fry Bryce is holding on to number 1 because that's what he does. Okay, we got to talk about this draft. Because do you know that there was a week, I think it was last week. Last week, the most talked about athlete on ESPN was who? Now, tell me if ESPN has the draft. I think they do. The most talked about, it doesn't matter if they do or don't because they're going to cover it. Most talked about athlete on ESPN was who? Guess. Beat it up in the comments. Crazy. Yes, it was. It was Ty Simpson. How in the hell is he the most talked about athlete on ESPN? Well, when you have Fernando Mendoza being a prohibitive number 1, how do you stir up some controversy? How you play a little poker here? You don't see the Raiders doing it. Raiders ain't even talking about it. And if they talk about it, they leaning and leaking Fernando. So it ain't boring. Who's going to tune in to watch? First of all, Fernando's personality is so textbook perfect. Russell Wilson 2.0. So what does ESPN cook up? A lot of Ty Simpson talk. A lot of controversy. Man, I don't know. Fernando good, but Ty, he's awesome, right? Yeah, y'all ain't know that, did y'all? Now you do.
In an offense, Dan, I was looking over your notes yesterday that it is going to be a big change for Mendoza from what he did on the college level.
Completely different world. If we're being honest, and people won't say it, I will, Ty Simpson schematically is a better fit or marriage for what the Las Vegas Raiders would do under Clint Kubiak than Fernando Mendoza.
Y'all heard that? Can't say he lying either, but you can't say he ain't trying either to stir it up. Which one is it? He lying or is he trying, huh?
So Clint Kubiak is a coach, and he's not going to change. This is how he was brought up in football. Most of the things that he does, at least half of the things that he does from a scheme standpoint, are underneath the center. If you look at it, since he's become an offensive coordinator in the NFL, over 50% of the snaps are from underneath the center. That's the most in the last 5+ years in the NFL, okay? Fernando Mendoza took 5 snaps total from underneath the center in his college career.
Damn. Woo, this show, boy, we go to levels. What the hell? Yeah. Now, that's not the only qualifier. It's a damn good one because, you know, we got to see if you understand what we're going to do more than half the time. But at the same time, what's the tendency? What is the attribute of a great coach? To adapt. Meet you where you are. Not me being the coach and telling you where to go, player. Knowing where the player is and coaching them up from there. So I wouldn't say that this is going to eliminate Fernando Mendoza. Certainly an eye raiser, though. Them eyebrows are up.
So this is going to be a drastically different experience for Mendoza when it comes to operating the quarterback position. And America, Kubiak's not changing. He's not going to completely try to change the way he goes about offense. So I think that's going to take much more time for Mendoza to get comfortable playing than people expect.
Maybe that's why, I don't know, maybe that's why they went and got the bag chaser himself, Mr. Rich himself, Mr. Guarantee. That's what I should call him, Mr. Guarantee, Kirk Cousins. That first year, watch how this under center looks. Get your reps in practice. Let me handle this. Okay? So maybe that's the whole plan. Kubiak's like, look, boy ain't never took no snaps under center. Bring him in here. I like his talent. I like his size. I like his moxie. He is it. He just need to learn this, okay? Versus go grab somebody who knows this, but then don't have all those other intangibles and tangibles. Like this dude got like tremendous size. He can move, mobile. You can't get a better mental package than Fernando Mendoza. You can't get better. So, therefore, just teach him how to play under center. Simple fix, no?
And that's why I say, and this isn't a Simpson thing, that's why I say fit-wise, it's going to be very different. Greeny, remember last year, I was telling everybody the Caleb Williams part of
Correct.
it in Chicago. It's going to be similar to that. It's very foreign to what they're accustomed to, and it's just going to take Mendoza realistically like 2 or 3 years for him to get comfortable doing it that way.
I was thinking exactly that. As you were talking, I was thinking of you telling us last summer, Caleb Williams are going to have to be patient. It's going to have to take a little time for him to learn this offense. Now, Caleb was going to be on the field, so to your point, D. Wood, he can do a lot of that learning with Kirk Cousins, who can play respectable, above-average NFL quarterback as long as they need him to do it.
Yep, blah, blah, blah. We have solved that riddle. That puzzle wasn't the hardest. All you got to do with any puzzle is find the 4 corners. You find them corners, put them together. You see this? And then you start saying, grab the box. What the hell? And then you start just connecting from the corners. I laugh when people grab a puzzle and they start in the middle. I'm like, ooh, we're going to be here for a while. It's going to be a while, girl. All right. So beat up in the comments if you agree with that plan right there. I do. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and become a member to this channel, to this video. Okay, let's pivot a little bit here. I'm going to save that. Kendrick Perkins was talking a little stuff about the NBA and the CBA and load management. We may get to that, but right now we got to get to something a little spicier. All right, so Stephen A. Smith and Matt Barnes got a little issue, right? We still going to talk about that. We're going to talk about John Jones getting caught in road rage on video. What? And Pat McAfee, where is he going? What? He's not staying at ESPN? Well, let's see. So we're going to get into all those things and more, but right now this Stephen A. Smith, Matt Barnes beef. Got to be discussed. To me, this is just another display of the black card at play. Okay? I know it rhymed because I like to rhyme. I got rap Tourette's. But basically, it all started with LeBron James coming out with his video saying how he doesn't like Memphis to play in Memphis. Now, we know he's talking about the facilities. We know he's talking about the hotel with the Hyatt Regency. We know what he's talking about. And it's a video out there circulating, went viral, with like 10 other players saying it way before LeBron. Anthony Edwards was one. Kevin Durant was one. Guys have always been like, man, Memphis, that ain't it. But when LeBron says it, obviously it hits different. And more importantly, it employs Stephen A. Smith to go at LeBron and find a way, an angle to talk about it. This time he picked the angle of the racial undertones of like, look, dog, you're golfing with some white guys. He didn't say white guys. He said white, you know what it is. And I'm like, I don't like calling no man, no boy in no derogatory way. Now, if you my boy, you my boy. But if I ain't going to say you a boy. I'm like, oh. All right, so anyway, he does that. And Matt Barnes is like, what? Why are you taking him out of context, one, and steering it that direction? And I don't like the fact that you even implied that black people should talk different in front of white people than black people. Like the answer is the answer. Oh, I got to clean it up. I got to say something different. I got to protect. I shouldn't say that around white people. What? What world you live in? How many dualities you got? So here we go. Matt Barnes put out a video going at Stephen A. Smith. And y'all know Matt. He went there. Check out my other video if you want to see it. It's on the channel right now. But this is where we're picking it up from. Stephen A. Smith replying to Matt Barnes. As Stephen A. Smith says, you said I'm tap dancing. I ain't hear Matt say that, but he did imply it a little bit. He did.
But what you just did, what I just saw, that was fucked up on a multitude of levels.
Oh.
So I'm just going to address it one by one.
Until we all start to subtract. And then he got up, people want to get my back. Remember that? It was that dog pound.
Okay. Couple of things. Let's talk about LeBron.
Why y'all all acting? I mean, were y'all flamethrowers? You employed by the brother? Why are we overreacting to every damn thing that he's LeBron? He makes news. I report on it. I'm not an influencer. It's my job.
This is sticky right here. It's interesting, right? Okay, it's your job to report on LeBron, obviously, because LeBron is LeBron. Simple as that. It's also your job to report on the things you want to report on. So there are times where you don't report on things. You've even said it, self-professed. There's times I don't even want to talk about things, right? You just use this same reasoning when you were talking about Ryan Clark and Cam Newton. There are times where I don't bring up things that I could bring up. So this one where LeBron's just golfing with some guys, say he don't like Memphis, I understand where you're like, hey, that's ball-ish at least. Let's talk it. But then you didn't have to take it to the angles you talked it. So to get there, it's your job, but you can do your job differently, I think is what people are saying. Come on, Stephen A. You're smarter than that. But you're also smart enough to know, hey, I can use any reason to talk about LeBron. And this is why I laugh when people have these conversations. Oh, well, you know, all sports, all they do is talk about LeBron and the Yankees, and then all the people on podcasts, all they do is talk about that, and Marcellus, and you guys only talk about Stephen A. and all that. Dog, we all talking about the same stuff. It's called nouns. A person, a place, or a thing. That's all we talking about. Now, you can't get mad if you LeBron, which he doesn't, except when you talk about his son. You don't get mad when people talk about you. Duh, it comes with it. Stephen A, don't get mad when people talk about you. Duh, it comes with it. But it's funny, Stephen A does get mad at it. So now you mad that they talking about LeBron. You mad that you talking about LeBron. Maybe you just mad.
It's my job. First Take is on the show, on the airwaves, 10 a.m. to 12 noon every weekday morning. Sirius XM is on the air from 1 to 3 p.m. every afternoon. Forget my political show for a second. Forget the fact that I own my own production company. Forget the fact that I own my own YouTube channel. I just gave you 2 jobs where I'm obligated to address the news. Y'all volunteering. Influencers. I'm a reporter.
Oh, I didn't see this. What? Matt Barnes is an influencer? I guess he's saying because somebody ain't writing you a check, like in the conventional way, because Matt Barnes is making money, y'all. I do know Matt Barnes in real life. Matt Barnes and all the smoke continues to grow. That's what he means? Is that what we doing? Whoa, this is spicy.
It's my job. I ain't just sitting up there smoking some weed and then I decide, yo, I want to get this off my chest.
Oh, my.
Looking like I'm doing one of them Spike Lee videos where I'm strolling on some chair or whatever while I'm talking shit about somebody I'm supposed to be cool with. I'm doing my job.
You know what's crazy about this? I only saw the beginning a little bit. And Stephen A was like, I'm not going to go there on Matt Barnes. Y'all got to see the whole thing. But basically, he said, I'm not going to go there on Matt Barnes. I got too much love for the brother. I did look out for him, and he even mentioned it in the video, blah, blah, blah. Boy, don't judge a book by its cover, because the cover of this was, I'm good. I'm just going to tell you what I feel about it. Now, you're not telling me just what you feel about it. You tell me what you feel about him. Golly.
So let me do that job. LeBron James. I think it was me. Was that me, Josh? That was me. I did that. Because I'm not rooting against anybody. I'm rooting for y'all. That doesn't require you to agree with me. It doesn't require you to it doesn't require you.
What I don't get, though, you're rooting for him, okay. Look, I'm not a part of this world, this culture where I'm calling you to talk about you. I'm not. I don't call you to talk about you when I say good stuff. I'm not calling you to talk to you when I say bad stuff. I'm going to say your name, and then I'm going to think that whatever I said should be good enough for you to accept, or maybe you and your feelings. Whatever it is, dog, I'm not going there. And if I go there, then you don't even need to call me because you know what it is. So what are we talking about? All these dudes that want to get their nails done together and talk about like, oh, did you give me a heads up? No. What did I say? I said I disagree with you, ABC. You and your feelings for that, and your job is literally to talk about people all day, every day, and then somebody say one thing about you. You got all the issues in the world, and you want all the smoke? Stephen A., you can't have it all those ways. Sensitive. It ain't even about sensitive. It's just, I don't care if you're sensitive or not, because I'm sensitive. I cry at movies. I don't give a damn. It ain't sensitive. It's silly. It's like, dog, do not blow up my phone. I am a grown-ass man with kids and family. I don't need to be talking to you. Hey, dog, what you mean by that? Did you listen? Well, no, I'm just saying what you really trying to say. What I said. Whoa. And trust me, this is why I keep some things tucked away. There's 3 prominent people who they know who they are, and there's a reason why they stay arm's length. Calling me up, oh, what's up? I got voicemails. I'm like, man, if you don't get your nails done by yourself, leave me alone.
To have your own opinions, this is a conversation about respect. Matt Barnes, you know that on my worst day, I would never talk about you like that. Not in a million goddamn years.
What did he say? Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel you. It really, Matt didn't say, I didn't hear the tap dancing part. Maybe I didn't see that whole video. I'm sorry, Stephen A., if I didn't. But he did say you calling out all these black women, Serena, Kamala Harris, and Jasmine Crockett. And what you doing damage to the black community, you worrying about what LeBron's doing to the black community, which obviously is it's just going to scratch the scab of what Max Kellerman and T.O. and Stephen A. Smith went through. So I understand the sensitivity to this one. He trampolining on that scar that ain't going to never heal. I hear you.
Not in a million years. You know that. Why? How? Because I've had ample opportunity to do so, and I never have.
The thinly veiled threat. That's what we do in these relationships. You know that. Hey, you know what I could do to you, but I didn't. But I could. But I let it be.
Not in your entire career. I've always looked out. I've always big upped. I've always had nothing but profound respect for you. And I got to see you on social media popping shit about me like that.
That's the part. That's the part. Tell me, because I could be callous. I could be emotionless. And then I wake up and be like, oh, man, you didn't really put your heart into that. I don't know what it is. I have seen people talk bad about me on social media. D.L. Hughley, Ryan Clark, countless others. But those are the ones that really kind of gave it some repetition and quantity. Okay. I will respond. But it's not like, oh, how dare you? How dare you disagree with me? How dare you don't give me the courtesy and I knew D.L. Hughley. I used to see him all the time. I knew Ryan Clark. Why didn't y'all call me? They didn't want to. Ain't the answer in the action? Like, what? Is Stephen A. think he the Godfather? Like, people go, hey, Stephen A., hey, I really want to talk about you, but I need your permission. Like, what? What?
Really? Over some shit about LeBron, and then come to find out it ain't even about LeBron. I'll get into that in a second. But just to make sure that I'm not hypocritical here, what were we really talking about with LeBron? I'm sitting there saying be careful about being so flippant. That's it. Be in a serious confine. Address the issue with the seriousness that it's going to deserve, because it's going to affect the lives of a lot of black people.
Dog, this whole gatekeeper stuff, like, I'm going to tell you what to think, and I'm going to tell you where to think it. I'm going to tell you how to say it, where to say it. Like, that's so played out, dog. That's so old school. But look, he old. So, you know, I'm old too. I get it. But God dang. It ain't affecting all black people. Look, first of all, if somebody talk about Compton, which they do, good, bad, and ugly, which they do, and, like, okay, you hate Compton. I got people in my family hate Compton. They don't want to go back. You won't go. I'm going. I got people who love Compton. They love it too much. They want to always be there so they can be down and see it. Is it really like that? Dog, you too thirsty. Who cares? Why? I'm not connecting my whole energy to no damn city in terms of it's being a city. Do you know what that is? That's an inanimate object. That ain't no real person. In the city of Compton, you got good, bad, ugly. Guess what you got everywhere? Good, bad, ugly. Even Beverly Hills. You don't think so? Cats be getting jacked left and right in Beverly Hills. Don't think so? Check out the drug use in Beverly Hills. Don't think so? Oh, okay. Cats will run up in your home in Beverly Hills. Now, not at the same level, but you acting like there's no bad that's happening in Beverly Hills? You silly? This is people who just watch and say stuff because they know what propaganda sounds like. They know they selling propaganda. They talking in commercials. I'm talking real life. There's amazing people in Compton. Way more than not. Way more than not. But that wasn't the narrative. Everybody banging. No, everybody ain't banging donut. You're stupid for thinking it.
That's it. I didn't say that the brother don't have his I Promise program. I didn't say that he hasn't done things for the community. I didn't say that he wasn't one of the best people in the world, one of the greatest ambassadors in sports we've ever seen, who's a relatively good dude, regardless of my differences with him. It don't mean I don't hate him.
You just don't like him. So I don't know. He said, I don't like LeBron. And then he made LeBron say it. LeBron didn't say he ain't like you. You said you don't like him, and he don't like me either. Now, that's you talking. That's your projection. This is masterful, though. I got to admit, Stephen A. Smith know how to make us talk about him. I like that, though.
I'm over all of that. I want him to do well. I want us to celebrate him. But when he does something that makes news, if it's for the wrong reasons, I got to call it like I see it, because that's my job.
I'm over all that. So that means there was a time, Stephen A. Smith. See, I couldn't be a lawyer. I should have been. Ooh, I would have been something. You got over what? There was a time where, over what? You don't hate him, but you got over that. Over what? What'd you get over? What was under there? I told y'all there was a long time. I don't know how long exactly. Probably a decade or more. Stephen A. Smith went on a hate campaign of this dude, or I don't like him campaign, which is almost worse because then people don't even see you coming. You the sly fox. Oh, yeah, LeBron's all right. He's pretty good. I say he's like 15th in the league. When you know if you liked him, he'd be 5 at the time when he was growing like this. When he first got in the league and started doing this, you giving him 15 status. He 5, but you don't like him. That's a sly fox. Now, we know you hate him. We ain't even going to listen to you. We're going to disregard. He just hating. You know what I mean? Years he had to talk about LeBron and didn't give him his flowers. And that's what's worse. He gave him some flowers. He just gave him a whole dozen, a bouquet. Gave him like 7, 8. And you ain't looking, you ain't counting. You're like, oh, that look like a whole, that ain't a dozen roses. It's all that green little parsley in there. It ain't a dozen roses. Come on, Steve. You got over what? Who says that?
Just like when he's busting everybody's butt and looking like he's 10 years younger.
Pause.
And doing all the things that he's doing to
Pause. He's not busting anything.
Uplift himself and the Lakers. I talk about him positively, like I did the week before, and the week before that, and the month before that.
Sound like he counting his black friends, ain't it? I talk good about him. On this day. I'm just, look, this is the wrong show to be having this much content out there, dog. I'm listening. We are listening. This doesn't sound good, even though you're defending yourself. Blah, blah, blah. Man, talking about Stephen A. You ever see somebody say, I'm about to go kick his butt? And then all they did was step in some doo-doo. His shoe, you kicked him in the butt. I see nothing but doo-doo on your shoe. What the hell was that? Look. In all seriousness, if I can get there, because I'm King Levity, this jousting over Stephen A., how do you make LeBron golfing with white guys somewhere where he can't say, I don't like Memphis to play in the city of Memphis? Like, what did he need to be, on a TED Talk to tell you I don't like playing in Memphis? And then he also said, I don't like playing in Milwaukee. But you didn't run with that because Milwaukee has the narrative. They ain't all black like that. You think Milwaukee, you ain't thinking of black people like that, even though they out there. My ex is from Milwaukee. I used to be out there. But instead, you want to talk about how that's going to hurt a bunch of black people. What inferiority complex you think black people got or you have to say, hey, they talked about your city. No. And if you do feel that way, detach. I'm sorry, I got to be the one that gives you tough love. If someone talks about your city and it hurts you for real, detach. Okay, I understand when we all out there clowning, kicking it. Oh, we all on vacation. Man, LA the best. What? New York got the finest girls. Oh, no, man, Miami, you know it. Yeah, let's do that all day. Well, please don't take it for real. Somebody really, you ain't hurt no black people talking about Memphis. The black people living in Memphis probably already hurt. They like, damn it, we know what Memphis is more than you. You trying to protect us? We trying to protect ourselves. I'm just from it, dog. I'm from it. You ain't gonna tell me no BS. See, this is the conversation you have when you ain't in it. You ain't from it. You talk about it. Oh. No, it's not like that, actually. That's the difference between Menace to Society and Boys in the Hood. Most people can pick up on. One of them is going to give you the story of it. And one of them going to give you the specifics of it. The specifics or the story. But the point is, none of that happened all in one day, damn it. People acting like, I'm like, dog, you know how long it takes for somebody to go to college on a scholarship, also break up in a relationship, also you get shot, also your boy got killed, also you were in school. Like, dog, that's years of stuff. It's a 2-hour movie. I'm sorry. Stop watching movies and live real life. You'll know the difference. Man, kind of crazy. Yeah, we got Lyrically Outspoken saying he mad Pat McAfee got the interview with LeBron before him. Yeah, we know. He said he got over it. I don't know. Well, beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about that. I just think it's a jousting over the black card. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, become a member. Thank you for the super chat, Lyrically Outspoken, for real. Dog, stop. And this is, all right, two things, and I'm out for this because, it could get me. One, stop jousting over who got the black card more than the other. And two, if you are going to play the jousting game, I'm blacker than you, black card. Why is it always got to be I'm more down? Like, I got to look out for Memphis because of the murder rate, and it's going to hurt those people. They like this inferiority complex. Like these people in Memphis ain't got their heads up high. Oh, everyone in Memphis is scared and hurt, and all they need is a little bit of love and empathy. They'll be better. If I was in Memphis right now, I'd write him a Dear John letter. Dear Stephen A. Stop playing with us, dog. Stop playing. Real spit. All right, we got a couple more topics to get into. Oh, I could stick with that. Oh, let's go back to here. First of all, let's do this. Tell me if you like this list. Tell me if this list hits you. Revised top 15 NFL quarterbacks heading in 2026. This is coming from everywhere. Caleb, Baker, Purdy, Lawrence, Goff. Darnold, Love, May, Dak, Herbert. Lamar, Allen, Burrow, Stafford, Mahomes. Okay? Let's take it this way. Mahomes is one still. What list is this? All-time greatness of current players? Stafford's two, Burrow. How is Mahomes number one going into this season? Whatever. I ain't mad at this. Burrow sometimes, but I mean, he a baller. Dak, okay, good. Get your due. Told you Dak arrow pointing up. I can't argue with this. Darnold and Goff, one won the Super Bowl, so it's bad time to say Goff is better, but he didn't have his best year last year. Lawrence, Purdy, Baker, Caleb. Caleb, way lower than Trevor Lawrence. Interesting. Purdy, Baker. Caleb didn't. Maybe I didn't watch every game. All right, beat up in the comments. Let me know what you think of that list. I don't know about that list. I don't know about that list right there. I don't know about that list. Kind of weird to me. All right, I want to talk about this before we get into Pat McAfee and where is he going as well. Ding, ding, ding. This is a topic about NIL and what happens after it. And then we're going to talk about Pat McAfee and where he going. And John Jones, what the hell he going through. But let's listen to this right now. This NIL conversation is very interesting.
We're all waiting on older players. The game is better because it's older. They're 25, 26. I laugh and say the guy got 2 kids and his wife and he's on his second wife. And
it's being a pro. It's what being a pro basketball player is.
Yes.
But, John, you say go pro. Some would argue this is professional basketball. It is professional sports now.
It's amateur basketball.
It's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
But well, then let's just call it pro and let it be a pro basketball.
Well, but when first of all, it was pro basketball before NIL, and I'll tell you why. Amateur sports don't make billions of dollars and pay their coaches and administrators millions. There is nothing about this that has ever been amateur once the money jumped up. And
Yep. I mean, like, we're the last ones to wake up to it. Forget the terminology. Forget the word. The definition told us what it was. Like I just said about Stephen A. Didn't the action answer everything? The actions answered this. It's been away from amateur sports for a long time.
It started in 1984 with the U.S. Supreme Court ruling that allowed the conferences to sell their media rights. There is no difference between the media rights contracts with the NCAA from a media company like ours and the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball. Zero difference. And right now, when we're talking about this, we're kind of taking an old school mentality of, hey, it used to be a certain way, and that's fine. But if we want players to stay, then sign them to long-term contracts and put buyouts in them.
Hey, now we cooking with grease. All this going to the portal, we'll see how you do, and we'll see what we offer you, and you see what you want to take. It's transient. Everybody moving every single second. $5 more over there, got to go next year. And look, I don't care. I really don't care because the players know that this has changed. They know that college is different. The student isn't raising their hand to go to a great school, an Ivy League school, wherever, and be $400,000 in debt before they even get a job. So I know that student athlete is sitting there like, are you kidding me? Forget 400 in debt. I'm trying to be 4 million up. So let me go get 4 million because the chances of me hitting the lottery twice, the chances of me finding 4 million in the real world, because most student athletes don't make it pro, it's slim. It's slim. Not to none. It's slim. So let me do it. So look, I'm like, I can't put a harness on you, big dog. You got to go get yours. But at the same time, we do have to have some understanding of regulation. Let's figure it out.
But the NCAA doesn't want to do that because they don't want them to be employees. They want to beg Congress for an antitrust exemption, and they're not going to get it. What other multi-billion-dollar industry is getting an antitrust exemption from Congress? There isn't one. What the NCAA should do is make rules that don't violate federal law. The rest of American business has to do it. They can do it too.
Well, that's
a damn mic drop. That's a damn mic drop.
The one major difference then, right? Like that's the difference between being an NBA or NHL. There are rules and regulations. Also, there's a CBA. The players have a voice. The coaches have a voice. We don't have any of those guidelines.
Because they don't want it.
Exactly.
The NCAA does not want it. And like when they
don't, basically he's saying he wants to keep them blind and deaf. Like they don't rally, don't unionize, don't do all that. Just Wild Wild West because that protects them. Crazy, huh?
It drives me crazy when people say, well, we used to talk about education. What's stopping you from talking about education? If a player's not interested in education, then don't take the player. You know, and if you don't like transfers, don't take transfers. But you know what everybody wants to do? They want to win. Like none of these schools is going, we have the highest GPA. They're going, we've been to 6 Final Fours. They want to win, and they're going to pay what's necessary to win.
But you got to find a balance because I don't care what, with collective bargaining, it's a professional sport. All those things sound great. But in the end, these are 17 to 18-year-old kids.
They're not kids.
Well, yeah,
it's called men's college basketball. They're adults.
Yo, why they let Billis get on here with everybody else? Goodness. Yeah, they 17. Matter of fact, it's tougher on a 17-year-old than anybody, because how do you get a look when there's a 23-year-old who's going to take that scholarship from you? That's what's really happening. Like, your kid better be all world coming up. If not, ain't no world for him to go to, because the 23-year-old is going to be sitting there hovering around after 2 years of JUCO, 1 year of boarding school, and then you're going to have 2 years of JUCO. Then the kid's going to go to 4-year school, bounce around a few times. Sucker be 23. Your kid's 17. He got full hair on his chest. Your kid just got peach fuzz. It's a problem.
That's just rhetoric. A
No,
17-year-old is not an adult.
They're
A 17-year-old is
adults.
a developing young person.
That's
That is
different.
not
You say
used to making those
developing
type
young
of
man.
decisions.
Developing young man is still an
man.
adult. They get charged with a crime. They're charged as an adult.
Can I just say this? I've been one that has promoted young people making money 15 years ago. Their NIL, they should be able to.
I wonder why you promoted that 15 years ago. Envelopes, please. Handshakes, please.
Do this. We just got to figure out, maybe it's collective bargaining. Maybe it's collective bargain with the trade union, the players, and we come up with something. This is not sustainable. If you don't want it to sustain, then say, let's just keep going as is. I'm in this. I mean, I don't mind kids transferring. I don't. But I'm saying, do we really want them to be able to go every year? And then you say, well, coach can. Well, if I left, my players can leave. If I leave, there is a buyout in there. So I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but I do know this. The transfer and the length of eligibility. A 17-year-old playing against a 28-year-old is not healthy and safe. It's just not.
There needs to be
and
some
why
kind of years
in
of
football do
qualification.
they make them stay 3 years? Because they say it's not safe.
No, that's not why.
Here we go. Watch this answer.
The NFL has a collective bargaining
You
agreement.
and I could go back and forth on this and have some fun with it.
But they determine, so that's a great point. Like the NFL, it used to be 4 years. You know, college football is 50 years older than the NFL. And the NFL used to have, or excuse me, the NCAA used to have a rule way back in the day that when the NFL was getting going, that if you worked in professional sports, you could no longer work in college sports. So the NCAA, the NFL came to the NCAA on bended knee and said, please don't do this to us. You'll kill us as we're getting going. We won't draft your players until they graduate. And then they started drafting them after 3 years. You know why? Not because they're mature enough now. It's because the USFL started drafting juniors, and they had to keep up. That's all it is. That's a collective bargaining issue for eligibility for the draft and nothing more. The NBA has an eligibility issue that says 1 year after your high school graduation and you're in. So that's a pro thing, not a college thing. And the colleges the NCAA will not adjust to this. They never have. And they've used the word unsustainable for 50 years now, and the money keeps going up.
That's a great point. I'm tired of hearing unsustainable. Where all this money coming from then? You ain't got to lie.
Ratings are higher than they've ever been right now.
Ooh, that's a part two right there. Blah, blah, blah. Just so we can get to this John Jones, and we got to get to Pat McAfee and where's he going? Oh, yeah. We got to protect the players, and they're not mature enough until they're 3 years out of high school. What? There's some cats going into college that's mature enough. Ooh, that was nasty. Sorry, spit. Or there's other cats that y'all trying to tie it to something else in narrative, when in reality we know what it is. We know what it is. It's to protect the dough. Simple as that. Woo. All right, let's get to the John Jones. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, become a member. Thank you guys for all rocking with me. Let's get to the top 5 fans before we see John Jones. A little roll raise, they say. Forging Mo. All right, big dog, you're number 5. Adrian Robles, 4. Francisco Aguilera rocks with his boys. He's number 3. Who's number 2? Number 2. Ooh, I just saw Matt Barnes' video again. Oh, he goes nuclear. Stephen A goes nuclear. What? Number 2. I'm sorry. Fry Bryce, yes. And number 1, lyrically outspoken, number 1. I like this. I rock with you. Okay, I won't do this to you, but John Jones about to do to this person, whatever the hell this is.
What, bro? Trying to get into? You're almost fucking hitting me, bro.
Hit at me. I love a hit at me. I love that public school. Let's go. All right.
You gotta calm down, bro.
Yeah, bro, you gotta learn how to drive, bro.
You gotta relax yourself, bro.
You're almost hitting me with your truck, bro. You're almost hitting me, bro. What the fuck? In my fucking lane and shit, bro. Come on.
Well, in a weird way, John Jones picked the right one, because I've seen that same video of different people go a different way. The wrong one. And look, let me just talk to y'all out there, especially people who carry guns and, gun holders, legal gun holders, illegal gun holders. Dog, if that dude in the car wanted to get John Jones walking over there knowing he could whoop any man walking this planet, even with his arthritis, whoop they butt, ain't enough. John Jones walking over there knowing he could whoop every man in this world and got a gun, if he had a gun in his pocket, which I would assume you want us to think that, even if you don't, because why would you do that? Your other hand wasn't cold? Oh, no, my hand was cold. The other hand was warm, though, huh? Okay, whatever. I think that hand was warm because it was holding that heat. Point being, this is John Jones, who could whoop your ass, and he probably got something on him. And he still could have got taken out. All that dude had to do was sit there in the car. Hey, what you doing, bro? What you doing, bro? Have y'all ever shot a gun? Ray Lewis didn't pursue faster than this. Nothing happens quicker than. I mean, to the point where if you ever shot a gun, they say, be careful. That's enough. Whew. He put himself in harm's way. So there's conflicting accounts of it. So let me be real, because I love John Jones too much. Let's get into this. All right, so another controversy surrounding John Jones. Once again, this outside the cage video that circulated across social media. We know they're just going to talk about that. All right, here we go. In the clip, a man alleged to be Jones. We know it's Jones. Exits his vehicle and approaches the other driver in an apparent road. Disputed exchange quickly escalates. Driver accuses Jones of nearly hitting him multiple times. Jones responds by telling the driver to calm down. We saw all that. Okay, let's get to conflicting accounts. The driver alleged that Jones nearly caused a collision several times before following him into a parking lot. However, Jones offered a very different version of it. This kid proceeded to chase my car down for 2 blocks, revving his engine and trying to intimidate me. I'm proud of myself for standing up for myself. Uh-oh, John. What you mean he trying to race you? I don't know what he in, one of them challengers or something? So what? That ain't an intimidation. Yeah, those ain't. Oh, Jesus, I was ready to believe John Jones. I'm like, what? Who doesn't not followed, but rum. Maybe the guy is going behind you. Obviously, it didn't look like he knew John Jones was, because he didn't say his name one time or give any clue. I don't know, John. No, you feel intimidated? How you intimidate? You whoop everybody, man. Every man in the world, you can whoop him, but you're intimidated because this kid is following you. John Jones, stop playing. You stop that playing. All right, we got to get to the last but not least, and I just literally clicked off it. Y'all gonna be mad at me. I might have to do it tomorrow. It's time's up too. I'm gonna try and find it. If I can't find it real quick, y'all gonna be mad at me. Where is Pat McAfee going? Does anybody know? I know. Maybe he's going. I'm not gonna say for sure. All right, here we go. You're lucky. Okay, let's go. Sources. Netflix is expected to be primary frontrunner to secure Pat McAfee show as his next deal window begins to take shape over the next 12 to 24 months as his ESPN deal progresses, with Ari Emanuel now involved in positioning his next deal. Between Netflix's move into video podcasting, its expanded relationship with WWE through Raw, and McAfee already spending time on Netflix, distributed Raw as a commentator, there's proven compatibility. Added in, Triple H recently saying McAfee is seen by many as the face of WWE, and the logic is obvious. McAfee isn't just on-air talent at this point. He's an analyst, performer, and has built an organically grown audience engine, which is why his next deal feels bigger than a standard media contract. McAfee, Netflix, be on the lookout, because when they write stuff like that, That means they already done seen some faxes. Like, oh, y'all talking. And ESPN gonna be like, oh, we better get in the middle of this. Too much talking. So, McAfee to Netflix would be huge. I wonder how the Netflix podcasts are going. Are you guys watching those? Are you guys going behind the wall to watch the podcast on there? Or are you saying YouTube or not? Beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about that, because I thought that was fascinating. Looking at Pat McAfee get his thizzle on. Goodness, that boy's an industry. The boy got his own money. He has his own money. You're like, what? Real spit. So that is going to do it for today's show. You know why? Time's up. Got to take the itty bitties back to school. It's been a while, too. I know they're going to be like, Daddy. Ugh. They going to be hurting. They didn't want to go to bed last night. I was like, all right, see what happens. Y'all know how the game goes. Kids, crazy. Kids don't know nothing. One thing you got to learn as a parent is talk to your kid, and this is what Richie told us, Richie P on the rocks, my dog. He said, always talk to your kids like they don't know a damn thing. It's been a decade plus that I knew. That was ghetto. Talk to your kids like they don't know a damn thing. Why did that just pop on like that? And I was like, that's interesting. I never thought of that. And in the times where you get frustrated, a little irritated, you're like, yo, how you don't get that? Just remember, talk to your kids like they don't know a damn thing. Because frankly, they don't. It's on you to teach them. It's real spit. All right, have an amazing day. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and become a member. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. I said peace. It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think it's the